Hey guys, and welcome back to the next episode of my solo Vault Hunter series. In the last episode, we built up this pathway, built up a little hut for the villagers to live in. Goals for this episode is we're gonna build probably one or two different mastery stations. So I'm thinking of building like a farm either on that side of the house or right over here, and then also a blacksmith, just so we can have both, so that we can actually trade with the villagers when we want to. But yeah, we had a whole bunch more, but they all ran back to the village over there. That's okay. Let's check what this guy has. Cool. Don't really need any of that, but that's alright. But yeah, so in this episode, as I said, we're going to build some more places and obviously run some more vaults. Also, I think what I'm going to do is after the first vault, I'm going to craft up all the different drawers I want and connect it to our internal storage, or refined storage, sorry. And yeah, we'll be good to go after that. So our bed's gonna get moved, maybe to upstairs, we'll see. And yeah, we'll just go from there. So without further ado, I'm gonna throw that into there and grab one bolt rock. Let's see what we need. So kelp, that'll be easy. Arrows, gold, and cobblestone we should all have, so I'll be right back. Also, before we go into the next vault, I want to try and change this poison cloud into either the chilling cloud or just something different, but let's go ahead. How much more? We have a lot more to do it, so let's go ahead and just try and get it different. Well, we lost the extra attack damage, which kind of sucks. Okay, so we got it back. Let's see if we come in here. Awesome. Okay, so we got the attack damage back, and we now have chilling clouds. What I'm going to go ahead and do, I have enough gold for it, so I'm going to come in here, regret the Nova, regret the poison, and then I have chilling cloud, right? Okay, so let's go into here. Let's go 4 into there. Do 1 into that. 2 into there. And let's just go another into fireball. So now our ability damage is 211, which actually it should be higher now that we have this in our hand. No, okay, so this is not giving ability power any. Okay, that's alright. Let's go ahead, claim this. Up. Awesome. Let's just head downstairs and see if there's anything specific we want to put on here. So we have some catalyst fragments, not a whole lot, but alright, so now we got it with the 2 times gilded and no negative modifiers. We condensed all of this into our pouch, and we're just hoping for a scav vault, but if we don't get it, that's okay. But we want to find these gilded chest scrolls. And yeah, without further ado, let's do the first vault of the day. Alright, so we're in the vault. It's an elixir theme with maximum funsies. We'll see what that does, but yeah. Let's just go ahead, get right in. Okay. I don't know how I feel about the texture, but it's fine. What? Oh, crap. Oops. well, we ran into this vault without adding the proper modifiers to this sickle, so that's gonna be a problem. Alright, well, let's just get through it. Vendor, boots. Ours are living, so they're better. Yeah, okay. It's okay. Oh boy. There we go. Okay. Gilded, that's what we want. Alright guys, well, there's still a good amount of time left, but I realized that we don't have the proper chest breaking stuff on our chromatic sickle, so I'm going to head on out. And first priority is obviously gonna be this decluttering, but after that it's also going to be putting the proper stuff on our sickle. And so let me show off what we got. Won't be an insane amount, but we did hit level 40. That's awesome. So let me go ahead, put that guy down, go ahead in here. So we didn't get a whole lot of loot, but we did get some. And then we did also get some stuff in here, so I'll show that off and afterwards. Let me go ahead and open these jewel pouches. So crap that can get scrapped. Keep him. Scrap that as well, and keep that. So let's just go on in here. Scrap both of those. While we're at it, let's just go ahead and roll all this stuff. Boom, boom. Because more likely than not, all that's going to be garbage. So let's just go ahead and see. Not better, not going to take. Not better, and that's a good amount of item quantity, but it's not what we're looking for, so let's just grab those. Alright, and so I will go put the rest of this away, and we'll be right back. Let's go ahead, add this to here, so now we're going to have plus 5.6 copiously, and some more mining speed as well, right? Oh, just more reach, okay, that's fine. And if we come here, we're going to put all that on, so good. And then also come in here, and let's make sure we craft one of each of these before we forget. So I can put 6 more onto here. And let's go ahead. Efficiency, fortune. Awesome. Okay. And just like that, we are back. Got this crystal crafted up. Got the proper stuff on a new sickle because we didn't have enough space, which is unfortunate because that was going to be a really good one. But it's fine. We'll find some more stuff. We're just going to run another vault again. But before we do, I'm going to come in here to our expertises. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and add another into fortune for now, and then we can start going to Crystalmancer later. But let's also go ahead into here, spec one more into dash, awesome. And then we can go in here and see what else we get. So level 40, reach vault level 40, so we get echo gems, boxes, bamboo, and a sour orange, which is awesome. So let's go ahead, throw that in our pouch. Mod can go in there, boom, and so now we're at 7 echo gems, awesome. And that just unlocks the gods, which is a claim the quest one, so we get the god charm, random one, and then god altars, so we have to interact with one and we get a pod. But let's see what god altar or god charm we get off the hop. We get an omega one, so increased health per reputation, increased armor, its percentage, and then 1% per reputation. So we want to try and increase our rep with Valera. Also, how many are we at? Uses left 25 and 22. Awesome. But let's go ahead, pop that in, boom. And so unfortunately we kind of wasted the last vault, but that's alright. And I forgot to claim this. Boom. Anything insane? Oh, my bad. No, nothing too crazy, but plastic, fantastic. That was an interesting vault to say the least. We'll also just throw that in there for now. And we're scrapping this low roll trap disarm chance. Okay, alright. So let's go ahead, we'll just run this vault, see what we can get. Wabang! Bang! Alright, so we did get the scav vault that we need to complete our scavenger hunt, so that's awesome. So obviously we're going to try and make sure we can finish that, but we also got the treasure, which is a lot more rarity, so that means if I come in here, so our ability powers that, if I can't change it once we're in the vault, that's unfortunate, but alright, let's just go ahead and do our best to complete this vault. So we need gilded, living, ores, and then ornate. Let's do our best to survive. Whoo, there we go. Awesome. honest. This is just... Did we get what we needed? So we got those. Awesome. Let's just go to the next room, I guess. Found a lot of everything except the things we needed. Yeah, so we couldn't get the earrings, unfortunately. We did get a arm, but we needed 3, so just have to leave it as it is. It's alright. Let's head on out. Still got a good amount of stuff from there, so I won't complain. We also completed that one boss room, but we'll have to see how it works for that. But yeah, all in all, really well done, and we did get this completed, so let's just go ahead, claim that real quick. Awesome. And then what's another objective? We can re-roll that. 22 silver scrap gives us 3 black chromatic steel. We will take it, throw all the scrolls in here, and I think actually for the next room we might be able to. Yes, okay, cool. But yeah, so I'm gonna go put all this stuff away, and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back, so let's go ahead, open up these jewel pouches, and then we'll just take all this stuff into our inventory. So switch over to this real quick. Open these up. Take the durability, I guess. Both of those kind of suck. Immortality and disarm chance, sure. And then, wow, so all of those kind of sucked. I'm a little confused as to where that kaleidoscope gem we were supposed to have went, but that's alright. Odds are this axe is not going to be better, but let's identify everything else at the same time. No, definitely not. So that's going to be garbage. That's not better. No, unfortunately all these are just going to be garbage. That is okay though. Let's go ahead. Throw it all out. No, I guess I should be throwing it in there, but that's fine. Alright. And we can spec some more. So Fireball's been working pretty well, but let's see what the specializations are. So bouncing, summon a magical bouncing fireball that scorches mobs in its path. Okay. Or fire shot, summon a small magical fire shot to hit mobs from afar. Deals an amount of damage based on ability power and transfers any on-hit effect. I think we'll stick to just what we have, and then how much does this do? I think let's spec into do arcane, so we get more mana regen while we're killing the mobs, so that'll work in our favor. But yes, before I go ahead and finish this off, I'm gonna go ahead and do some just building. I think the plans for today are I'm going to build a blacksmith over either right here or here. Actually, I think I'm gonna do it over here so we can leave that open, and then I'm gonna build just a small farm. maybe on the back side of this, because there's not really room right here for it. Right, actually, you know what? I'll put the farm right there, and then right here, I'm gonna build like a trading port eventually. But yeah, so I will be right back after I've cleared off some space and start building. Okay, guys, we're back. I went off, grabbed the snow for this, and I also went off and added 2 more buildings. So let's go check them out. So first things first, I went ahead and added this little farm hut over here, and I decided to do a dirt path leading out to it. It felt more appropriate than extending the gravel, but yeah. So we just got the 2 farmers here, their nice little farming field. Oh, they made a baby. Interesting. Nice little farmer's hut with 2 beds. Upstairs, just some storage. Nothing too fancy, but you know, nice little addition. So I took some inspiration online and then kind of made it my own, but I do love this little addition here. And then over here, you'll notice I extended the path this way. Let's go head on over, check it out. And I made a little blacksmith slash weaponsmith's hut. So I haven't actually done any of the trading with either of them yet, same with the farmers, but you know, just added these 2 little builds real quick and just really starting to make this come together. Here, we'll do a little fly up. So when I fly in, you know, I'm seeing a lot more than just the house now, so it's starting to look a little bit more lived in, and I really like that when it comes to obviously living quarters. Get rid of those now, but yes. So let's go ahead and run a vault again. You guys didn't obviously see me spend all the time building it, but it did take quite a bit of time. But yeah, let's go ahead, run another vault. And actually, what I'm gonna go ahead and see is if there's any like armor that I want to have together. So let's try that chest plate, that helmet, the furnace leggings, okay, and then I guess just dark spiky plate now. Let's see how that looks. That looks a lot more uniform, but since these are the furnace leggings, let's go with the furnace chest plate. Nah, I like the other one better, so we're gonna stick to this. Boom. Just like that. Looking pretty good. I should probably enchant this with Unbreaking, since we're likely not getting rid of it anytime soon. But yeah, so let's head on down here. So we still need to complete a scavenger hunt successfully, which is alright. I come in here, is there anything? Not for the scav vault. And then in here, what's this? Extended, I will try and add that. Glazed vault rock. That is a lot of shards, but maybe we can successfully get it this time around. What was I gonna go grab? Yes, Benion's Hut. So let's just go ahead, grab a stack of that. Throw it in here, and let's craft 2 more. Yeah. So let's go ahead, throw this in here. Throw all of these on, and ooh. So it is gonna be, sadly, a little bit challenging. We didn't get any luck with the rolls, but that's alright. So let's go ahead, throw this in, and let's see what kind of vault we get. Whopping! So we did get another elixir vault with the theme of caverns, so just more ores and chromatic caves. Cool. Not going to stress too much about it, but we have 28 minutes in here, so let's go ahead and loot up. Chromatic cave. However, we don't necessarily need a lot of this, but I'll still grab some. let's just keep going. Let's head right here. They're hitting pretty hard. Gotta be a little bit careful. Let's go see how hard this skeleton dungeon is. Maybe we can get some of it looted. Keep track of time. See our low. We can also do is we do have 2 sour oranges, so I'll keep those ready. Which is gonna reduce our max health, but give us more damage to break this out. Good deal. Okay, eat that real quick. Nope, I'm just gonna accept that I'm not gonna kill the guy, because that seems sketch. So let's just eat one more of these. Get out. Oh. Well, yeah, one more kill before we get out. So all in all, good run. 47k XP. Leveled up twice. Cool. Dump this out. So we finished that off. And we got the silver scrap. Obviously we still haven't done the scavengers yet successfully, but let me go ahead and just pop both these guys right now. So we can put everything away at the same time. Doesn't look like anything too crazy. Did get some black chromatic steel, which is always nice. And then, of course, we've got some more loot to look at and a bunch of echoes, which we'll actually throw in here for crafting later. But let me go ahead and put this stuff away. Alright guys, we're back after decluttering. I just realized this changed, so let's actually go ahead and grab another jewel pouch to roll. Why not? And we'll grab some more chromatic steel. Awesome. But let's go ahead, put all these jewels in our inventory, and grab out the rest of this stuff. So, gonna go ahead, switch it over. Boom. Alright, and let's go ahead, bring down all of these, and let's go ahead, open the jewel pouches. Boom. Legendary durability. Take another legendary durability. High item rarity we like to see. Some good copiously. And then max roll on this. Awesome. Now I'm actually going to scrap both the durabilities just because we're not that focused on worrying about, or haven't run into the issue of durability yet. But, so let's see. Okay. That's tempting if we can reroll the top to be ability power. Well, so that's a maybe. That's just going scrapped. How's this? Okay, so we can also try rerolling this one. Awesome. And then shield, just not gonna be better than ours. Awesome. Alright. So let's go ahead, try. We did get a fundamental focus. We have a few actually, so let's see. It's just mana. I'm not gonna waste our last one on that, but let's go ahead and throw this in here. let's just go ahead and see if we can get some high roll, item quantity, and rarity, or something close to that. So we got the item quantity, and high copiously. Okay. You know what? I think we will take that magnet. Yes. Boom. There we go. Now we can scrap that. Keep these pants, as I said, in here for... I can take that out. Oh. Wait a minute. So I think this is our old one, which at the moment is actually better than our current. So we're gonna swap out back to our old one. Kind of funny, but go ahead, throw that in there. Throw the jewels away. Actually, I'm gonna take that copiously, add it to our pick. Boom. Okay, throw both those back up there. Just switch it over. Awesome. And then let's just identify the rest. Boom. Likely not going to be anything better than what we have already. No, does not look like it. So all that can get scrapped. Okay, so before we do the next vault, I think I'm going to finally set up all the drawers we're going to need. And so I'm going to have like all of our jewels and compactors and then a lot of this other stuff just connected to our storage system so it'll look a lot nicer. So I will be right back when I got the drawers in place. Well guys, we're back. It took some tinkering and some research to figure it out, but as you can see, we've got some compacting drawers with a whole bunch of different, all the main jewels that compact basically. We have all the specialty items and then a whole bunch of the other vault items. And it's now all connected into here. But it's not staking up all the storage, because if you come over here, you'll see it's only taking 9,000 slots of the 2.1 billion that I have the chance to work with in here. So that's quite awesome. But yeah, so I think that's going to be all for today. We got some buildings done. We built up a farm, built up a blacksmith. Oh, we got iron golems spawning now, free protection, cool. We got the drawers done, and we ran a couple vaults. So all in all, I'm quite happy with that. In the next episode, I might build some more things, but I'll probably just be running a whole lot more vaults again. So if you guys enjoyed this, please consider liking and subscribing, and I will see all of you in the next one. Goodbye!